Paid in full is a warning, and it's insane that in 2026 it's still needed. Let me break it down. So, the film is based on a true story, and it starts with narration from the main character Ace.
This is the stage. If you was here, you was definitely somebody.
The fact that he calls it a stage tells you everything, right? Nobody's real, it's all a performance. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." Anyway, it's Harlem, 1986, and we see Ace, Mitch, and Rico all sitting around a table eating. And it's in this scene that you can see all of their character traits. Rico, all he cares about is money.
Make that shot again. 5,000. You can't make it again.
Mitch, he makes promises he can't keep.
Give me my money.
Come on,
Right
man.
here, man.
I ain't got it right now, man.
You ain't got it.
And Ace, he's cautious, more reserved.
Gucci. Go on the safe, man. Gucci.
Before the movie even gets going, it shows you exactly where these characters are going to end up. But anyway, after they eat, Ace, he goes home and walks into a trap. But then the movie goes back a full year to show us how it all unfolded.
What? Nah.
Ace, he works at a laundromat. It's an honest job, but he gets clowned for it.
Yo, damn, nigga, every time I step up in this, you running the joint.
He starts to think that money is his only way out.
Matter of time.
Now, here's where I'm going to stop for a second, right? Because this is where most people fall. And it's not because they have evil intentions, right? It's really only because they're tired of being broke, tired of working hard and having nothing to show for it. 1 Timothy 6 verse 9 says, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition." Ace isn't even in the game yet, but he's already caught. Now, Mitch, he's making money from dealing, and he's raising his son, Sonny, in the same path, right? All he's doing is teaching him how to care about material things.
So you gotta do it in the beginning. You're gonna get the shoelaces all wet and dirty, man. Cats start calling you a poop putt.
He's literally passing down the curse to his child without even knowing it. But anyway, one day, Ace, he's doing a delivery, and he runs into a man named Lulu.
Oh, I gotta get these clean too.
Lulu gives him a fat tip, and he tells him that he knows his friend Mitch is dealing.
Your friend, who's the dealer? Take him to a movie.
This is Lulu slowly getting Ace in with the temptation, right? Now, Mitch, all he does is flaunt his money.
Oh, snap! Woo!
Now, Ace's sister, her boyfriend, Calvin, he also only flaunts his money.
Yeah, this here is for the groceries, Mr. Billups.
See, when people do this, they're not being generous. They're only doing it because money is all they have to offer. No love, no peace, no wisdom, nothing, just money. And matter of fact, they recruit more people into it because misery loves company. Proverbs 1:10 says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." One day, Mitch, he gets a brand new Benz, and he pulls up and gives Ace a ride. And all they do is just drive around Harlem showing everybody, "Hey, I got a Benz." That's it. That was the whole point of the ride, right? Do you see how shallow the game is? All they're doing is putting on a performance for people that don't even care about them. It's all a show. The only thing that matters to anybody in this world is how much they make. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says, "He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase." This is also vanity. Solomon had more money than anyone on the planet when he wrote this. So this isn't him guessing, it's his testimony. Now, Ace, he ends up finding some coke in Lulu's pants. He goes to Lulu to return it, but Lulu tells him to keep it.
You find something in there? You keep it. It's a tip for you.
He then tempts him with his first job.
You like money, right? Yeah.
And this is how the enemy works. He makes the first offer sound small and harmless. Now, here's a subtle detail that the film gives you, right? Mitch, even though he has all this money, he still lives at home with his mom. Matter of fact, he even shares a room with his son. It looks like wealth from the outside, but on the inside, nothing's changed. Then Calvin, Ace's sister's boyfriend, he ends up getting locked up.
Guess your sister got to get a better man now.
Boy just got busted by the cops.
And now that Calvin's gone, there's an opening. So Ace, he sees this as an opportunity.
Hold on 1 second, man. What you looking for?
And that's one of the most dangerous things that can ever happen, when opportunity and temptation appear as identical. So he ends up going to Lulu for more product.
How much is worth? 25,000.
Then Ace, he goes to the movies to see Scarface. And what's interesting is that the audience is cheering the violence on screen. Meanwhile, there's violence going on in the streets.
It's like niggas love seeing a poor Cuban just blow up to be the man.
They're celebrating the very thing that's killing them. If you look at Romans 1:32, it says, "Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them."
Say hello to my little friend.
Ace, he ends up getting deep in the game, and he also ends up getting paid.
I sold it cheaper, so I was selling it faster.
But he's not doing it alone. He's actually putting others on. He's building a network.
Stage, and I didn't want people hating. I put people on.
It appears as success, but if you look at Proverbs 13:11, it says, "Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase." Everything that's built on this foundation will never last. Then Mitch, he ends up getting locked up.
In lockup, brothers always heard what was going on the outside.
Now in prison, Rico, he knows that Mitch is connected to Ace. So he knows that when Mitch gets out, Ace is going to put him on. So Rico, being greedy, he decides that he's going to try and befriend Mitch.
Yo, Rico, man, how you doing?
Chilling, man. Good. Say good looking on that little situation.
That right there is Judas energy, only being your friend because of what you can gain from it. Then Ace, he finds Lulu dead. But the game doesn't stop.
See, the thing about the game is, don't stop.
See, the game has no compassion. Nobody processes anything. They just move on like nothing happened. Now, Rico and Mitch, they both get out of prison, and immediately they go right back to the game.
Yeah, that's the little front down.
You got little man giving me bricks and money now?
Like, what's the point of prison if you're just going to come out of it the same way? Proverbs 26:11 says, "As a dog returns to his vomit, so does a fool return to his folly." But now Ace, he starts to notice that everyone around him is fake. They're only being nice to him because they want to be put on.
What's up, man? Family. Yeah, my family. We met up on that ride. You know what I mean?
There's no real love. All they care about is drinking, sex, and money.
Nigga, that's what I do, man. I'm living. What you doing?
1 John 2:16 says, "For everything that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life do not come from the Father, but from the world." See, that's the culture that Ace is trapped inside, and he sees it. But seeing it doesn't automatically mean that you're free from it. Then we go back to the beginning, and we learn that the trap that was set for Ace at his house was set by Calvin.
Yo, Calvin, man, why you doing this, man? I can tell that's you. Call that.
And so Calvin shoots Ace's girlfriend and his mom, and then he shoots Ace in the head. But Ace, he survives, and he says it himself. It's only because of God and love.
Only God and love could have kept me breathing after all those bullets.
He should be in the ground, and he knows it. But see, this is a sovereign God moment, because God allowed him not to die, because God wasn't done with him. And now, even after all of that, right, Rico, he sees what Ace went through, but he's still insensitive, and all he cares about is the money that comes from the game.
Yo, hey, man, pull your skirt down, B. The streets is missing you, yo.
That tells you that the spirit that Rico is operating in has no room for gratitude or reflection. Matter of fact, like, his friend is literally almost died, and he doesn't even care. All he cares about is the game. Calvin, he then has a real conversation with Mitch, and he tells him that he was really hiding from the light.
Trying to stay about the light, about the spotlight.
John 3:20 says, "Everyone who does evil hates the light and will never come to the light for fear that their deeds may be exposed." See, light, it reveals who you are. That's why in the game they operate in darkness, because if they came to the light, it would show everybody who they really are. And Ace, he was never a hustler, and he explains it clearly. He tells Mitch that it was all fake.
But it's all fake. Understand what I'm saying?
But Mitch, he stands on it. He says he loves the game.
I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
See, it's all because he believes that the fake love is real. People only want him for what he can give them, the lifestyle, the quick cash, right? All of those things are not real. But Mitch, he confuses it for relationship. And that's one of the enemy's biggest lies, making you feel loved by the very thing that's destroying you.
I get love out here in Harlem, man.
And Mitch, he's about to reap what he sows. His son, Sonny, gets kidnapped.
Just pay the guy.
You talking about pay?
Pay them.
There's a ransom for 500,000, and Mitch, he doesn't have it. So he goes to Ace, and Ace, he offers him the keys of coke that he had, and so he can sell it in order to make the money to get Sonny back.
14 of them for Sonny.
But see, Mitch, he takes the keys and he goes to Rico to see if Rico will help him sell it. This was his last mistake.
I need you to help me sell these 14 keys so I can get this ransom money for Sonny, man.
Rico, he shoots Mitch out of pure greed.
Back on once I get Sonny. It's gonna be business.
Judas sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Rico shot Mitch for drug money. Different people, but the same spirit. But see, Mitch had told Ace that he was going to Rico to help him. And so Rico would have been the last one to see Mitch alive. So Ace, he puts two and two together and he confronts Rico.
Talked to Mitch yesterday. I ain't talked to Mitch to see that nigga the whole day.
And Ace, he ends up using Rico's own greed to set a trap for him.
Kept another set of keys, understand?
So he tips the police, the raid goes down, Rico gets locked up, and Ace, for the first time in the film, is actually free.
I have a family. Lulu's bag of diamonds made a down payment on a new life.
Now, here's the conclusion that I want you to sit with here, right? So the name of the movie is called Paid in Full. Now, in the streets, that means that your debt is paid, right? So you were given what you were owed. But see, there's another paid in full, a real one. If you look at Romans 6:23, it says, "For the wages of sin is death." So all of us, we deserve death for our sins. And death in that context is not just death, it's eternal separation from God. It's the full consequence of a life lived for self. And none of us can raise the ransom. Not Ace, not Mitch, not even myself. But see, Jesus, he did exactly what Mitch was trying to do for Sonny. He put himself in the most dangerous position in order to pay a debt that nobody could pay. And unlike Mitch, he wasn't betrayed and left for dead. He chose death and walked out of it 3 days later. Colossians 2:14 says, "Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to the cross." So in other words, paid in full. Follow GodInFilm for more.